Welcome to Soul-Led Creative Women, the podcast for heart-centered creative women who are ready to reclaim their spark and live with deeper meaning, authenticity, and soul. In this episode, I want to offer you a gentle reminder that your creative practice holds more than just expression and something physical that you do to pass the time. There's something deeper happening every time you sit down to create. And the more you begin to meet it there, the more powerful it becomes. So if you've ever felt like there's something more in your creative process waiting for you, this episode will really speak to you. Today we're going to explore why your creative practice is not just an outlet, but a space where real healing, integration, and empowerment is already happening. How shifting into a more intentional, ritual-led approach can deepen your connection to your art and yourself, and how to start noticing what your art is already showing you so that you can access more clarity, truth, and meaning within what you create. You know those moments when you sit down with your art and you feel yourself drop in, or you get lost in time, or magic starts to happen. Things start to transform in front of you without so much logic and thought. Because it's not just expression, something physical you do with a specific outcome. And I think this is the part that doesn't always get spoken about. We often talk about creativity as something we do as a way to express ourselves, unwind, make something beautiful. But if you've been creating for a while, you'll know there's something else happening in there as well. Something quieter, something deeper. It's in the way your body softens when you begin, the way certain colors or marks just feel right, even if you don't know why, the way things surface without you trying to force them, and sometimes the way things feel a little uncomfortable or tender or unfinished. That's not random. That's your inner world moving, speaking to you. And this is where everything starts to shift because you realize you're not just creating, you're actually in relationship with something. Something that reflects you, something that responds to you, something that gently shows you what's sitting beneath the surface and what might be ready to move. And this is why your creative practice can become such a powerful place of healing. Not because you're trying to fix anything, but because you're allowing things to be. To move. Because so much of what we carry doesn't live in the mind. It lives in the body, in the nervous system, in the quiet, unspoken parts of us. And creativity has this way of reaching those places without needing to force them open. A color, a mark, a shape, and something shifts. You don't have to explain it. You don't have to fully understand it. And this is what makes creativity such a powerful, safe pathway, because it meets you where you are and lets things unfold in a way that feels safe, gradual, and honest. And when you realize this, becoming intentional about the way you show up for creative time becomes more and more important. Developing rituals around your creative session so that you can support this process of healing and self-discovery. Instead of just sitting down to create, you're entering a space where you're a little more present, a little more intentional, a little more open to what's actually there, building awareness as you move through. The ritual format that I like to use has 5 pillars to activate this intentional creative connection, and I call it the Creative Soul Ritual Framework. It covers 5 pillars: grounding, intention, play, express, and reflect. Not as something rigid that you have to follow perfectly, but as a way of meeting your practice more fully, covering each of these pillars with intention. So over time, they become second nature. Grounding is all about arriving in your body and creating this safety before you begin. Intention is about opening up a direction. You're starting a conversation with your inner world. Play is about softening control and letting something new in. Expression is all about allowing what's within to move, to come out, to be released. And reflect is all about witnessing what's being revealed and taking the time to do that. This is where your art becomes more than something you make. It becomes a true conversation with your soul. There's a moment that happens when you slow down just enough to notice what's really going on while you create, not just what you're making and how you're feeling, but what you're avoiding, what you're leaning into, where you're holding back, and where you're ready to expand. And this is where your art becomes a mirror. It might show up as repeating colors or symbols, hesitation before something bold, overworking, or pulling away too soon. These aren't random things that happen, they're reflections. And when you're willing to stay with your work, to witness it, to really sit with it, to reflect on it, that's where the meaning starts to deepen. And that's where healing happens. It's not outside of your creative practice, but within it. And I think this is the piece that I really want to leave you with. There's nothing missing from your creative practice. There's no new skill that you need to learn or new medium you need to try or new way of working. It's really about understanding that there's a deeper layer waiting for you that you may not have yet fully accessed. And that depth doesn't come from doing more. It comes from slowing down, staying present, letting your art speak back to you, giving it space, letting it breathe. Because your creativity is already doing something for you. It's already helping you process, helping you to make meaning, to reconnect, and to integrate what you're learning on the outside. This episode is just a reminder to meet it there. So next time you sit down to create, I invite you to just shift slightly, from what am I making to, what do I need? Where do I want to meet myself today? Shifting from how do I want this to look, to what wants to move through me? How do I want to express myself today? From asking when is this finished to, what is this showing me? And is there anything else that I want to continue to explore? Because your creative practice isn't separate from your healing and from your next level of empowerment and expansion. It's one of the places that it's already happening. Your creativity isn't just an outlet. It's not just something you do to pass the time, to make stuff in the physical realm. It's an active, intelligent partner in your healing, your growth, and your becoming. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Thanks for listening. Take care. Hey, Sam here. Thanks for listening to the end. If you love this episode, I would love to hear from you. Please send me a message on social media. You can find me on Instagram at Sam Horton Studio. For more episodes like this, please subscribe to my podcast, Soul-Led Creative Women, on your favourite platform. You'll find all the links at samhorton.co/podcast. The themes and tools explored in this episode feature in my new online program, Empowered Creative Soul. To find out more and join the waitlist for VIP perks when doors open, please visit samhorton.co. The direct link is in the show notes. Take care.